Morning, Saturday morning, July 12th. Welcome back to Sober Sunrise. It's a chilly day here in Colorado. It's cloudy and it rained yesterday, and it's actually quite chilly. So feels more like Washington State than Colorado in the summer. Um, so yeah, Saturday morning it is 9:47. Slept in a little bit. So let's read today's daily reflection. July 12th for with called Giving Up Center Stage. Ooh, make sure the microphone is close enough. Giving up center stage. For without some degree of humility, no alcoholic can stay sober at all. Without it, they cannot live to much useful purpose, or in adversity, be able to summon the faith that can meet any emergency. From the 12 and 12, page 70. Why do I balk at the word humility? I am not humbling myself toward other people, but toward God as I understand Him. Humility means to show submissive respect. And by being humble, I realize I am not the center of the universe. When I was drinking, I was consumed by pride and self-centeredness. I felt the entire world revolved around me, that I was master of my destiny. Humility enables me to depend more on God to help me overcome obstacles, to help me with my own imperfections, so that I may grow spiritually. I must solve more difficult problems to increase my proficiency, and as I encounter life's stumbling blocks, I must learn to overcome them through God's help. Daily communion with God demonstrates my humility and provides me with the realization that an entity more powerful than I is willing to help me if I cease trying to play God myself. Who's ready for this on a Saturday? Actually loves talking about humility. As you may have learned by listening to other videos, it is my foundation. It's my cornerstone. It's the thing, the principle on which I try to use as the base, and then other things on top of it: integrity, honesty, all the other things. But humility first. Not thinking less of myself, just thinking of myself less. That's what humility is to me. Because as this says, when we try to be center stage and the center of the universe, bad things are bound to happen. So, all right, let's go line by line. For without some degree of humility, some degree, no alcoholic can stay sober at all. I mean, those types of like absolute statements, binary statements, they tend to rub me the wrong way because it's not one thing is true for every person, but for most of us, this is true. Without some degree of humility, most of us can't stay sober at all. Without it, we cannot live to much useful purpose, or in adversity, be able to summon the faith that can meet any emergency. Yeah, so when things are going good, we still have to be humble. When things get tough, I have to be humble. Don't think of myself less. Don't think less of myself. Think of myself less. Good or bad, that applies. That's just a good way to go about living. Simple. It's easy to remember, and it really helps to get us out of our own way sometimes and be of service to others. So why do I balk at the word humility? Because most people have a negative connotation to that word. Humility. I've been humiliated, right? That's what most people think when they hear the word humility before they've had a chance to have this stuff explained to them. They think humility is a bad thing. Um, most of us have been humiliated in one way, shape, or form in our life, and it's not fun. So, inherently, without doing any sort of thinking about it, you think of humility as a bad thing. Okay, but it's not. Am I humbling? Oh, I am not humbling myself toward other people. I'm humbling myself toward my higher power, and I'm saying, you are in control. I'm handing over the keys to the castle and you have the control of the direction we're going. But we're not doing it toward other people. We're not saying to another person, you take control of my life, at least not for very long. So it's not a bad thing to be afraid of. Humility means to show submissive respect. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. You're submitting respectfully. That works for me. I still like not thinking less of myself, but thinking of myself less. Being humble, I realize I am not the center of the universe. That's a good place to be. You don't have to feel like everything is depending on you and the world needs you to make all the calls and all the choices and all the decisions. And when you are free from that burden, it feels good. Um, so lean into this, give it a shot. When I was drinking, I was consumed by pride and self-centeredness. Yeah, self-centeredness. Thinking of myself all the time, thinking that I have all the answers, that everything should be orchestrated to make my life easier. Other people need to do what I need them to do, and that's just the way it is. Um, I had some semblance of that thinking, that way of thinking. And if you ask certain people, they would say that's exactly how I was. Um, Consumed by pride and self-centeredness. The pride, too much pride to say I need help, right? I can't manage this anymore. My life has become unmanageable. Too much pride and self-centeredness, consumed by it. I felt the entire world revolved around me. I was a master of my destiny. The entire world revolved around me. Again, it's like other people should just understand that what I need and when I need it is the most important thing. Well, to me it is, but it's not to them. And I was the master of my destiny. I mean, I still kind of think that I'm on the fence on whether everything's predetermined, predestined, or if we do have some control in that. I don't know how I feel about that yet. Um, but if I was the master of my destiny, if I am the master of my destiny, I was choosing to go down a path toward a destiny that was filled with despair and darkness. That's the path I was on, not a good path. Humility enables me to depend more on my higher power to help me overcome obstacles. Yeah, so just that ability to humble yourself and say, all right, I'm not center of the universe. I'm not running the show anymore. I give up for now. I hand over control to my higher power. And then whether you have to pray or write something, have a fire ceremony, whatever you have to do, making a conscious choice to give that control away. Okay. Um, it enables me to depend more on my higher power to help me overcome those obstacles. But you have to be actively giving that control away to help me with my own imperfections so that I may grow spiritually. Yeah, you have to be humbled in this sense, the sense that, like, okay, I'm being brought down to like the rawest form of myself. I am taking off all the armor and all the masks, and I am at my most vulnerable state. And I'm asking my higher power to help me. And if you do that sincerely, you will receive the help you're looking for. Helps me overcome obstacles, help me with my own imperfections so that I may grow spiritually. Ultimately, that is what I believe is the answer is to grow spiritually. I must solve more difficult problems to increase my proficiency. I must solve more difficult problems to increase my proficiency. I need practice solving problems without turning to the thing that I always turn to, the drugs, the alcohol, the whatever it is. To avoid the problem, I must lean into the problem. I need to turn to the problem. I need to face it. I need practice facing my problems to increase my proficiency, to get better at it. It's practice. It's not perfection right out of the gate. It's practice. As I encounter life's stumbling blocks, I must learn to overcome them through my higher power's help. Again, it's not turning away from them. As I encounter life's stumbling blocks, you are going to encounter life's stumbling blocks. It is a guarantee. What are you going to do when that happens? Are you going to work now to build the tools so that when that happens, you know what to do? You have to do the work now. You have to be ready. You have to prepare, practice, because life stumbling blocks will come. And if you're not ready, you might have a bit of a setback. I must learn to overcome them through my higher power's help. Daily communion with my higher power demonstrates my humility and provides me with the realization that an entity more powerful than I is willing to help me if I cease trying to play God myself. Why am I out of focus all of a sudden? Okay, camera, do your thing. Um, Daily communion with my higher power, checking in, talking, checking, just checking in, saying, all right, you still are in control. I still know you have my back. I still know that you're there for me. I still trust you. Or prayer, if that's your thing, whatever it is. Daily communion with my higher power helps me demonstrate humility, right? It's just continually saying, you're in control. I know you got this. I trust you. That's me thinking less of myself. I'm thinking of myself less. Why do I keep screwing it up? Not thinking less of myself, thinking of myself less. You got this, higher power. I trust you. It provides me with the realization that an entity more powerful than I is willing to help me. And that's a pretty good feeling to have, to know that there's something super powerful out there that is willing to help me. That's very empowering. It removes a lot of fear from my life. If it's willing to help me, if I cease trying to play God myself, if I truly relinquish control and focus on what I can focus on, not the larger picture, uh, trying to control everything and everyone and have everything and everyone do what I want them to do. Can't do that. The higher power will it'll humble you. Uh, it'll send you a little shot to remind you, hey, you're not in charge here. Excuse me. Okay. With those three sneezes, I think that's it for the day. Give up center stage. You are not all powerful. You are not in control of everything. You are not the center of the universe. Stop trying to pretend that you are. Let it go. Just do the best you can today. Work on that foundation. What is your foundation? Mine is humility. Not thinking less of myself, thinking of myself less. If I do that, I can stack integrity on top of that, and honesty, and all the other great things that I want to be as a human on top of that. But it starts with humility. So, what's your foundation? Do the best you can today. Just do the next right thing. That's it. Thank you for watching. And if you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video. If you think you know someone who could benefit from hearing these messages, share the video, share the channel. You might be helping someone, you might be saving their life. And come back tomorrow. Um, do this every day. Okay. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, you are enough and you are loved and you are supported and you can do this. It takes practice, but you can do this. You've already survived the hardest day of your life. The rest is all uphill, okay? Or downhill, I guess. It's easy. It gets better. But yeah, you've already survived the worst day of your life, okay? So you can do it. And you're loved and come back. Keep watching. Okay. Love you all. Have a good day. Bye.